we will talk about the role of, and we will talk about the leadership, communication. Can you hear me well? Can you hear me? They might, there's a few people are listening, and please put on your headset. The question is, I would like to provide there. In the name of God, the greatest and the most compassionate, I will talk today. We have someone wise who has someone expertise in leadership. Yasser Al Hazaimi, he is the expert and trainers. So what is the question that we want to ask him before? Does the psychological level, and that the psychological is going to be as a crucial treat, and we'd like to welcome Yasser Al Hazaimi with such a great applause. Please welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome, Yasser Al-Hazaimi. Peace and blessings be upon you. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me well? Well, it's such a new experience for me, and hopefully that we will take benefits and in the name of God, the greatest and most compassionate, welcome in this forum, in our land, in our homeland, in this Islamic destination. And we will talk about the strategies, how to build a strategies relationship between the teamwork. And of course, it is good now to talk about some. Can you hear me clearly? So we will talk about the title. We have the strategies and the differences between the strategy and techniques. It is announcement. However, strategy, it is the root of strategy. It is a Greek word terms that comes to provide a strategy, which is a hidden methods to provide and follow it. So why we call strategy? It is a behavior or attitude that you provide and follow. So if you want to reach that, if you don't want to provide any conflict between teamwork or between the members, family members, we sometimes provide some strategies and methods. This considered as a good strategies for building the teamwork. So the first strategy, or one of them, which is the strategies in the relationship. With do you work in with your teamwork? It might be in your work environment. It might be from the CEO to their employees and from others. So the first one, you need to stand up in front of them. This is the first strategy. What do we mean by that? Yeah, you mean that you need to defend them, to protect your team, to try to facilitate all these obstacles that come to in front of you, jump over the obstacles, and so provide the solutions for the challenges. Second thing, which is to stand up. The first, it is in their face, or before you start in this way or stand up this way, you're gonna start with this way. And I'm sorry that I'm giving my back, but sometimes because you need to make hazard wise, and this is what we listen from Prophet Muhammad. You need to make sure that your brothers is going to from his hands to the success. And how we achieve that, you're gonna help them, provide an advice to him, or trying to guide him. Sometimes you have to take a moment and change the behavior that comes from people, or what's the attempt that they have done. So this is the first strategy. The third strategy, which is to stand up behind them, behind your teamwork. For example, if someone desperate, he has passed through a certain circumstances, so you need to motivate him, cheer up his vision, and cheer up what he's going through. So the fourth circumstance, to be standing up stand on his next to him, be as a guide, share with him what's the good moments and the happy moments with him, and his sadness moments. And the last one, which is to stand up far away from your teamwork, to observe. This is what we provide, or we call that enabling factors, that you are observing from far away, from a far distance, but you are trying to know. If you are a parent, if you are a father, or so, you need to just observe what's you need to observe your child, for example, what he's going to manage his word. So what's the problem now? Now we need, sometimes we stand up in some places, in different places. Somebody, he has passing through a depression, and we stand up in front of him, and we just taking provide the blamings and start, you have done that and that. So that is a fault, I'm so sorry. But so this is one of the mistakes that we take it sometimes, and we need to take at some other time. That person, he is passing through a depression, he wants someone to support him, he wants to follow. Sometimes also some people, other, he has just passing through another circumstance, and he's just afraid and terrified, and he wants someone to support him, and then we just pull out ourselves and just observe them. So that it's also another mistake. So some people, they have the ability to stand up on, they are standing all the time in front of their parents, in front of their teamwork all the time, so he did not differentiate between his places. If you follow this strategy, they were going depending on you, and if you stand up in front of them, they are not going, they going to answer you only. There's some manipulation is going around. Why? Because you need to provide different attitude. If you are saying no all the time, that's why you are helping or teaching people to be fragile, and that's why you are taking the different and the wrong place. If you stand up behind them, this is strategy that's going to hide the demanding of people. If he not going to work, unless if you are give them give them. So, and also if you stand up in next to them, they are also be as a depressed people. Why? Because you are all the time, if I want to achieve something, if I want to write a story, you are all the time with me. How I'm going to tell you that this is my milestone, this is my accomplishment, my achievement? So if you are, and that's even when you are with dealing with that with your child, with your children, that's hectic. You need to take a step far away to come and tell you. But if you are participating and sharing with him everything, this is considered as a literally problem. And of course, one of the biggest problems that we face it, and it's going to provide insecurity of the safety and the security when you are far away of your teamwork, your family members. You are all that time, if you are far from them, they are going to feel with some depression. They are not going to have a certainty. So, and this is strategy what we apply it among our friendship relationships, and also sometimes that ruins our relationships, because we take another zone or another place, we stand up in different location. So that's my advice to you: choose the right place to stand up on the right time. Make sure that the right moment and the right talk and the right speech on the wrong moment, it is the biggest mistakes that we take. If we want to strengthen any relationship between the teamworks, we follow this strategy. The first one, which is motivations. This is one of the most important pillars in the enabling. The motivation comes through the projects, or how to motivate people, starting by, and I hope that I could hear you. I hope that I could make it as an interactive session, but I'm so sorry we couldn't make that. But can you hear me now properly? Everything is all right? Okay. So the first of all, motivations contains multiple aspects. First one, financial motivations, and then the intimacy motivation, or some people that you want to provide a good words to listen to them. So this is another type of motivations. And also we have the third motivation, which is that related to your religion and your deeds, that you are going to take it from God. So we have still the fourth motivation, which is not very famous. We don't know it properly, which is the environmental motivation, to provide a good environment to enhance people to work or to provide a product and to be productive. For example, if I want to learn reading, this hobby, I wanted to do it as a daily hobby. For the first person, I could provide them some fine money to buy a book, or I am going to, if you finished like a page, I will going to give you a gift. Others people or other personality, they are not going to like that. We can ask them what you have read, or let's share what you have read through those past days. So this is another type of motivation that we need to follow it, and this is the other type of motivations. The third one, which is when I remind you, which is what's the deed of being educated person, what we're going to receive the mercy from God when you are being more mature, when you get and gain more knowledge among that. So, and even God mentioned that even the small insects are going to know that. So, and the environmental motivation is far away from everything. Just I'm going to provide a table with a table light and providing them a small library to his room. This corner considered as a good motivation to read and to. So this is very important motivational aspect and motivational type in teamwork with your friends, with your parents, and your children as well. The third one, which is encouragement. How to encourage people while they are providing the mission, or while they are doing their mission. It's enough sometimes, like to bring me a hot drink, or to just know what you are doing. They just, or you just touch my shoulder. That is all what I need. Do especially those who are passing with a hectic job. So the other type of motivations, in after finishing the project or the work or the duty, let's say about how to thank people. We know that this is that we need to provide the salary or providing the thank. We need to provide it directly after we receive the effort, after we received efforts from any workers. We need to just thank them for their productivity, thank them for their efforts. And the last one, which is the gift and the promotions. And what's the difference between the gift and the promotions? There's a huge difference. The promotions is very important It is based on some conditions with some standards, and it has a time. This is the promotion. It has a certain time, and it's you need to be announced what's the time, and of course it might be agreed upon the two parties. So if you have select all these conditions, it is considered as a promotions. But gifts, of course, it's totally different, and it's beyond all these standards, and it doesn't has any conditions. When we use the gift in our daily life, in my relationship with my families, friends, and we use it to enhance the attitude, the enhance the behavior from my relationship, how to provide the gifts to enhance our relationship with beloved ones. And for example, if you have any tiff or any small conflict with your one of your members, but of course you need to provide gift. But sometimes also some workers, sometimes they will receive a bad emotions with they receiving the promotions, because he take it as a promotions in order to enhance their attitude, enhance their behavior. However, if you have a huge conflict with your partner or with anybody, no doubt that gift, it is the best to provide. Why? And that's why our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that we want to share the love, we want to share gifts and exchange gifts between among all of us. And that's why the ancient Arabic clans and tribes, they were having a pride with the gifts that they are sending to each clan and each other. And this is what's the strategy that we follow. And if we want to also build another projects, how to provide the motivations when I'm going to provide the gifts or the promotions and the encouragement. Of course, if I have a good attitude, if I have a good consciousness, that will help me to reach the best communication with my partners and my teamwork. You would like to finish with this speech that in front of you. Let's observe it. Can you see it? My question is, who's going to be the winners? I'm sorry, I know that you cannot answer. Hear me, or can you? The elephant? Give them a gift. Maybe the bird or the monkey, if he has the ability to climb the tree. So my question, what is if we finish the contest and the monkey was a winner, and I feel he goes out and he was going through a depression, and you met him? What you are going to tell them? To tell the loser or to tell the elephant? Go blindly. This is not your field. Do you think that this test is a justice test? Of course, no. So when we are going with the competition with our partners, with our friendship zones, or we are sometimes such similar to the elephants, we don't have them skills that was needing to this mission, for example. And that's what we have learned from our Prophet Muhammad. And this is from, we need to apply it in all the situations. So sometimes you are a bird, other times you are a monkey, and in other situations and circumstances you are playing the role of elephant. And that's apply in our professional environment. We need to provide and apply the test based on the capabilities of the students, or of. So sometimes if I want to provide another test, how to, for example, hold the tree, is that the elephant is going to be the winners, or for example the diving, I want to provide the best divers, and the fish is going to be the winner. Definitely. So when you are provide this type of test in your life, you will recognize the different challenges, the different capabilities among different participants, and that was going to feel that they have the ability to provide to this society and to do something in our land. And sometimes you're gonna hear from your son, for example, in football match or any, so those are taller than me and those are faster. So don't say to him that it's normal. Say that yes, he is taller or he is might older than you, but you are better than him in painting, or you are better than him in, you have preserved a good amount of series from the Holy Quran, but and you have other aspects, positive aspects. So you have to concentrate on your abilities, and that's it. 5 minutes, the last 5 minutes is totally normal in any environment, in any relationship, whether it's between two spouses or between partners, between a collaboration with the two companies and friendship. We have we have we have a stage, we call it Tokman. This is the honeymoon phase. Everybody will going to provide and resolve, and there is the tolerance is going to dominate on this stage. After we finishing this phase, we have the maturity, or sometimes I receive some notes, some comments, for example. So I'm not going to endure those comments. Sometimes you have to provide such as these problems, and that you are going to be in a conflict, and now we could witness some new crisis and problems is going bigger and bigger. However, now the sometimes we are don't have the good maturity to take a good decision. Some couples, they take the divorcement just in the wrong moments. And why? Because they took the decisions with the very early stages, so they did not listen to each other, and they do not have the ability to understand what's the problem. So here we have to stop here. We need to listen carefully. What do you like? What do you dislike in this relationship? And when you are discovering and distributing the rules and the tasks, we get back and then we will observe the performance, and we could see that there is a huge maturity. And that's all for me. Thank you so much for your attendance. Thank you so much for coming. I hope the best for you, for your relationship, with a good communication with your partners, your friends. And thank you so much. Your highly attention, much appreciated.